All right, checking in on these names. AFRM, big big move yesterday. We got we got this setting up nicely now. Ideally, it kind of pulls back and gets tight in this moving average range in this 30 to 31 zone. I mean, it almost would be working too good if it just exploded up. I mean, you can't be mad about that, but there's a chance here. Very strong day yesterday, so this is looking really good. I'm watching this Macy's now. I think it was a few probably months ago now I had brought up this Macy's chart in this monthly 10-year here, or if we drill in a little bit, this activity here, this is a monthly 5-year. This was very tight, very interesting looking, and yesterday we had news about a buyout that fell through, and we had this huge gap down. So we finally came out of that channel. Huge gap down. So for me, I'm actually looking potentially. I'm not a huge short bias guy, especially swing trading wise, but potential short day trade opportunity in the future here. I'm looking for maybe a bounce back up into this 18 neighborhood. So that's a short day trade idea there that I'm keeping my eye on. Also, we talked about Rumble. So we had Rumble and we had DJT, both playing off the Trump news, and now I believe Rumble, also his new VP, I believe JD Vance, he's a Rumble guy. So he's a Rumble guy, and he's also a cannabis guy, I think. So we're seeing some flow into cannabis, CGC, ACB, and as we've talked about, those had crazy moves. We were going over that all in this area, talking about, the monster potential move in the future that now is here. So back in here, we were talking about potentially pull back, kind of digest this move, and then set up. So this could be the beginning of that, where we blow through, we test this 12-ish neighborhood, maybe make a run for this 15, 20. I mean, in this sector, that's 100%, possible. We had this crazy move back here. I think this was the German legalization day. Since then, we've got crushed, but kind of an interesting looking situation here. And then obviously with the Vance news kind of being a supporter, and I haven't actually dug into that. I just read a few headlines, but it seems that there's something there. So Rumble, DJT, both looking nice. DJT had the big gap and then just sold off all day here, but big picture, which we always start with here, these are looking really interesting. Rumble, and this kind of makes sense because I said this in the video. Rumble visibly looked better, but DJT has the better story, and that kind of played out yesterday because DJT gapped and then just completely faded, and Rumble gapped and had a nice day, and now it's continuing. So, but much less volume than DJT, just on a relative day-to-day activity. So two really nice looking setups developing. QS is just on beast mode path right now. It had a deal. I believe this deal was, I think it was Volkswagen, I want to say. They had a deal with Volkswagen or some sort of big company, and that's really sent this thing going. It's not really in a position where I'd love to get involved right now. I just don't I don't see the edge at these levels, but there's definitely potential for a secondary move off maybe a little bit of a dip or so. These gaps are kind of scary as well, but this is kind of in the same boat as AFRM in the sense of it looks nice. I mean, QS doesn't have the big picture that AFRM does, but my point is they're going so strong so fast. Sometimes it's hard to even get in that, that A+ entry that you're looking for. But this is one to keep in the bullpen here, because there's something brewing. Also, anytime you have this big picture volume coming in, that's bigger than anything it's had in a few months, there's clearly some interest. So QS, that's in the bullpen. This was something I was watching yesterday. QURE. I don't think we really need to talk about that. That's kind of just a throwaway. This is kind of just a day trader. So those are a couple of the big ones just for an update. Also, one more to throw into the cannabis basket. This MNMD, this is, I believe, a psychedelic, but another incredible monthly 10-year. This one might actually be the best looking in that whole cannabis psychedelic sector that I've seen, more so than the actual cannabis names, because if you look at the monthly 5-year on the cannabis on CGC, it's so beaten down you can't even see it. MNMD has this more so horizontal kind of consolidation. Now we have more of a pop and a potential test of this key level here. So this one actually, to me, might be the sleeper of the big move here on this cannabis sector. So that's one more there to keep an eye on. All right, let's stay dialed.